guys wait a really fucking long time to spring this trap, by the way.
Haha.
Where'd the other one go?
Away.
Is he saying
There.
something when you turn on that power?
No, it's the power's noise, and it might be the whisper of the outsider, is I think what it's implied to be.
It's way too
You're
interesting.
No, I
really
know,
bad
but
at your
what
job.
I mean is it a
There's a
coherent
reason why you got put
expression,
here.
thought?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, hey, there's a spiritual remedy.
I like how
Alright.
the statue shows up as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the mechanic that's dead. He's dead.
I wonder
So, yeah, I
if
did
that
the
was
dead mechanic.
deliberate, or if for development purposes that she just shows up as a if for development purposes like she actually just is a model like the others.
Feels like something that's deliberate.
Yeah, I think it's intentional.
Well, I'm not saying that like it wasn't deliberately left in. I'm just saying I wonder if they thought
Did
to
they
do
have
that,
to
or
go
if
out of
it
their way
just-
to make that happen? Yeah, I'll bet it just happened. That's just probably the default way of putting characters into the game, and that one just has to animate slightly less than all the other ones.
Right, it only has to animate in cutscenes, which makes me think that maybe it is different than a regular human, because it's basically an environmental detail that has an animation when clicked on.
Hello, ladies.
Like, it also doesn't have a view cone.
Right, but it's in conversations. I wonder if they have it, if they've programmed it in a way that like you could have a conversation with an animate object. I wouldn't be surprised if conversations are scripted so that they work between so that they concern an actor, and then for when you're talking to a door or something, they just put in an invisible actor.
Oh, the walkers, or the weepers.
Weepers,
whatever.
yeah, these are the last ones we run into, I think. Oh, maybe like a weeper in the last level that I don't remember, but...
Walkers,
So, I asked her-
weepers, it's all just a way to avoid saying zombie.
I asked earlier, but do you... I should remember this from Core Dishonored, but I don't. Does knocking out weepers or killing rats, does any of that lower chaos?
I believe killing
so.
weepers does, but not knocking out...
Killing
or
weepers
not killing rats.
increases chaos. Killing weepers
Right.
counts as killing a human for
Right.
some reason, even though they're
Right.
obviously
People.
zombies, which never made sense to me.
Right, but it...
Right,
it's
but you would
people.
think of like chaos as like how the plague affects the city, which I guess really isn't true since Dishonored 2.
It's
But
really
if you
not
think
true.
about it that way, like killing weepers probably stops them from potentially spreading the plague to other areas of the city.
Right.
Whereas knocking them out just knocks them out for a couple of
The
hours.
argument, and it's not a very good argument, but the argument is that any corpse that is generated becomes food for rats. Rats are what carry the rat plague. Therefore, anything that
I
makes
guess.
a corpse makes rats, makes plague.
Once you got the water flowing, gotta go get that engine coil.
Not
Really,
really
a much
sure
more
what the
interesting
whole-
way to structure it would be, rather than having just like a chaos and not chaos system, so health draft, cures the plague, or staves out the plague, right? So if you get through a level and you keep more of the plague draft by taking less damage yourself, you've got more to pass on to people and to give to the community. But if you use more of it, by trying not to fight people and sort of ducking around, then you have less of it to hand out. So you sort of have to ask yourself, am I going to try to be sneaky and stealthy and risk getting hurt myself, or am I going to take no chances and kill all these motherfuckers so I've got one extra vial to hand out to one extra
was cool.
single mom?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Outsider
Guys, the
time.
outsider again.
By the way, I'm not
Don't-
suggesting they should
just
have done that.
don't
I'm
make eye
suggesting it would be
contact.
more interesting.
Okay, I can't. It's so boring looking. I can't look away.
We're not interested, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to join your boy band or whatever.
You know, it's weird. The outsider is actually, like, in terms of what he's saying, kind of interesting in this DLC. He's
Oh, yeah,
still
he
really
said some interesting
boring.
things.
And I do believe you'll make it. But what will you do with what
And
you've
Dishonored 2 kind of keeps that, like, he says interesting stuff, but
In an uninteresting
replaces
way.
his voice actor and direction with something that's far more interesting sounding, or at least a little bit more interesting sounding.
Let's
So
play a game.
that's-
Each of us comes up with a better character design for the outsider, starting with Chris. Go.
The Cowardly Lion from The Wizard of Oz.
A
Full
child.
stop.
A child that says obviously not childlike things and is obviously trying to win your trust by looking like a child.
A giant whale that floats around and just kind of drives by you in the void and says, "I'm a whale, here's your powers, go fuck 'em up."
No, he needs to speak like a whale, though, so it has to be like, "Hi, Corvo, here's your powers." In slow
I must
motion like
admit,
that.
I've never heard a whale talk,
That's how all whales talk.
so...
You're missing
okay.
out, dude.
Sorry, that was really whale racist.
Oh shit.
That was a bad call. That was a really
wait.
bad call.
Just happened.
Okay.
Are they hostile to me?
bearded,
Oh, yeah, alright.
tattooed, naked man in the fetal
Um,
position.
Shit. Can I get to the guy and talk to
Die.
him while these guys are all
Just-
hostile to me?
Well, I mean, you killed a guy, right? We want to do low chaos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let die.
Wait, who are you?
Please tell me you could throw people into the into the industrial machinery.
Probably.
What even do the eels make? Textiles, okay.
They're making shrouds for the plague victims.
They make eel pies. Explore in your insides.
Well, actually, these aren't the eels. These are the hatters.
God damn it.
There's really not a lot to the Dishonored street gangs, I'll be honest. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
ideology separating them.
It's done. But I don't
So
Well,
don't
yeah, I
make
mean,
these
they're a
guys
street
mad
gang.
this time. Because you don't want mad hatters.
User says a deal's a deal. The code is 165.
I wonder how many of those they did. Because that is randomized.
It
I
sounds
love-
I
like
wonder
he's
if it's
saying
just
one
like they
number
got
after
like
another.
8 different... Well, it doesn't sound like something that was chopped up, right?
Right.
Right. It's 165.
No, it doesn't sound that chopped up, is what I'm saying.
No. Well, I was enunciating to show that there's a difference in it's like 165. Like the way he's saying each number is distinct. So it's not like 165. It's 165, which is how an actual
Yeah, it
person
sounded
would say it.
natural. I love that it will let you do this entire quest without ever realizing that you're being a chump. That's an interesting detail.
Hey.
Like, it didn't
Fine,
feel the
then.
need to, like, telegraph. Well, what if the player doesn't realize? Why did we feel the need to choke that guy?
Because he
Because
punched
he pushed
me.
it.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, what was he thinking that he decided to punch Dowd? Dude, you're lucky
Wait,
you
why do we have
only
another
got
bone
choked
charm
out.
here? Oh, right, because I died in the other one. Right, yep. Okay, that makes sense. So that one's still... Yep.
Like, I could
care
see
about that.
shoving Corvo. He was kind of more an honest dude, but, like, you have to know You are taking your life into your hands if you want to shove Dowd. If Dowd said, "You, Seamus Young, I explicitly give you permission to give me a big ol' shove," I would still not feel confident shoving him.
That would make you feel really uncomfortable with it.
Yeah. He's just sitting there holding his knife casually in his hand. He's like, "No, really, I won't mind. I promise. I'll shove you. Or you can shove me. I promise not to shove you."
And you just like, you reach out like halfway, you reach out like a little more, you start to put into it, and he's just like, and time stops. And then like time unstops, and he's got a sandwich, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just getting some food. Go ahead, please."
Dowd
Also,
is
you
just
realize
this
you're not
massive
wearing pants
troll.
anymore.
Right.
Dowd. Please, do the honors, Dowd. Fire up the engine from the bridge.
What the fuck are you looking at? Blow off, John.
Please
Go
do the
to
honor. Start up the
Brigmore.
engine. I'm an NPC. It would take me a minute and a half to walk up there. Better if you do it.
Plus, you can
kill
teleport. It's
anybody,
like,
huh?
"Oh, Dowd, can you, jeez, wow,
It's
forgot
all
to
the
turn
way
off
up
the lights
there.
in the apartment. Can you just teleport up there?"
Brigmores were an ancient family, bankrupted a generation ago. Since then, the manor has housed 2 street gangs, a smuggling ring, innumerable rats, and the Brigmore witches. I'd always left them alone, but...
Here's a question, philosophical question for you. What does it feel like to be out of mana?
The coven. She was trying something.
That's a good question.
But what kind?
Is it just like being really thirsty?
The outsider knows.
You feel kind of parched, and you feel like this
Get out of my
craving, like,
industry.
"Ooh, I really want to drink some of that blue juice."
My first thought was really tired, but then that overlaps
Like
with
caffeine.
fatigue systems.
Right, like a caffeine withdrawal headache, where you're just like, "Oh, it's just, oh, it'd feel awful."
I always thought of it as like, I mean, mana is almost always tied to some sort of extra human ability. That's why it's mana and not stamina. I always figured it's like some, like, low blood sugar, tired / lethargic feeling.
Yeah.
But towards that extra human ability rather than towards your ability to, like, walk around or run or do normal
Yeah.
physical stuff.
It might be kind of hard to express it, really.
Because
Right.
it's like the absence of an extra human ability, which is like
Locked the front.
normal.
Evidence of snares. Also,
People used to wonder what like health and mana potions tasted like, and then, you know, people started manufacturing them, and the answer turned out to be like assholes.
but I thought it was worth mentioning.
It means trouble. Anything else?
They're
Like
getting it out
Mountain
of the
Dew
house
Code
somehow.
Red.
I haven't spotted it.
So,
Sorry, sir.
I
one
like
thing to say
Code
about this
Red.
level,
We need to drink a mana potion.
I'll take it from here.
it is really green. Like, this is the most colorful
Yeah,
level,
wow.
I think, in the original Dishonored, full stop. Like, it is a very colorful level.
I am super happy to see this. It's a nice contrast with that city that we've been looking at that's the color of vomit and cobblestones.
It's also super similar to the last level of Dishonored 2, so...
Really?
Neutralize Delilah Copperspoon? Was that the main quest just a minute ago?
Yes.
That's her name.
Okay, here's a question. How have they not made a game where you play as a Hobbit hitman yet?
What does Delilah's last name have
They're
to do with
afraid it would be
Hobbit
too
Hitman?
short.
I hate everyone.
Wouldn't have enough reach demographically.
Yeah.
I'm gonna murder lots of people because of you guys.
I hope everything is in order, sir.
Yep, the runes I don't need anymore because, like, what the fuck other powers? I guess I can level up my vitality. Yay!
Having seen you play, I would call that not a bad
Strange
investment.
doings, sir. I killed a hound in the yard.
Thanks,
Straight
Seamus.
back up and went for me. I had to crush its skull.
So
Yeah,
this
so
is the
they've
one
got
thing from
the,
the DLC I don't like. That it came over into Dishonored 2.
The Hellhound things, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's
So, for those who haven't played this game, the dogs in this level, if you try to kill them, they will die, but their skull will still be there. and you have to destroy the skull, otherwise it'll just respawn a body and come back at you.
Huh.
Which is actually easier to do in Dishonored 2, and this one you have to kind of like really
you have to, like,
fucking
finagle it.
hit it right.
So these ladies that you're knocking out, are these the Brigmore witches, or are these just
Yes.
henchmen of the... Okay.
Yes.
Like, when they say
you haven't
Brigmore witches, I don't know if they're talking about if that's a gang or just a few people.
It's
They're just witches
basically
who are
the
class
cult
of
of Delilah.
Brigmore, 1948.
So Delilah is doing what you are doing, basically. And that's what kind of makes this DLC somewhat interesting if you've been paying attention to the story. Dowd is got a bunch of henchmen that he has gifted his abilities to, basically. All those dudes in masks that hang out with us, they can teleport and do stuff because Dowd gives them a taste of his power. Delilah is doing the same thing with the Brigmore witches, but instead of doing, like, grunt work for money, she's got much bigger ambitions, namely taking over all of Dunwall.
Because, you know, I take one look at this shithole and I think, man, I'd love to rule over this pile of rubble and disease-infested ruin, filled with gangs and murderers.
That's not our fault. That's the Lord Regent.
Reminds me of the
else.
Lonely
Still.
Island I Run New York song.
So, but just the point is that this is such a shithole. Why did she want to rule it? But of course, people want to rule shitholes all the time. It's not a real question. It's just sort of making fun of how awful this place is.
Oh, damn it.
But Dunwall's also
Really
the capital of the Empire,
see.
and the other places, while also bad, are bad in different ways than Dunwall. They don't have the rat plague quite as intensely, for example. Dunwall is sort of, I think, the epicenter of a lot of the rat plague.
What's
So we
significant
paid
about a red jacket
to make
witch?
contact with a witch who's willing to give up some information for money, and she said she'd be wearing a red jacket, so we're gonna go talk to her. Hello.
Don't think I'm on your side, because I'm not. If you raise a hand to any of my sisters but Delilah, you'll answer to me.
I don't know if that's true.
Understood. What have you got?
When her ritual's done, Emily Caldwin's mind will be gone, and Delilah will look out through her eyes the rest of her
Yeah,
life.
because Emily Caldwin right now, she's a shoo-in for the throne.
It's up to you. I've got my money. That's all I need.
I mean,
Well, I
that is
think-
kind of the
are
plot
they-
point of Dishonored, is like everybody needs to control
Use the code.
Emily as a means to...
So Delilah
have
is counting
power.
on Corvo to put Emily back on the throne and put her into power. Is that what she's thinking?
Basically, yeah.
That's kind of interesting. Now knock her out.
It's too late, Seamus. You didn't make your desires known fast enough. There's no way I could have predicted that you would say that. So
Alright,
this gives
well,
us the
choke
key to
out
the
this
front
fish.
door, but we don't actually want the key to the front door. This is the butler. He was, he betrayed them. Was smuggling stuff out for money, I guess.
So I can't remember. Why was Brigmore important to Delilah? Was this like the place she got sent
It's
when
a
she was
spooky manor? No, I don't think so. I could go after the rest of the bone charms on this level, but I don't know if I give a shit at this point.
I don't
because
think
we got all
do.
the bone charms we want. Hi, ladies.
Down.
Oh shit! I forgot to.
grow
I need to
sick
go
of
get
his
the.
society. The other sisters speak of him with a tiny shudder of awe in their...
There's a shed that has the. Or did I get the lever already? I don't know.
So is there a reason all of her mooks are female? Is that an aesthetic choice that she made, or do you have to be a lady in order to use
They're
these particular
witches.
powers?
I don't know.
Yeah, what happens if you're a man and you become a witch? You study witchery. Do you become a witcher?
It's sort of implied that it's an aesthetics. What?
He was just laughing. He was mockingly laughing at the Witcher joke. But the point is, so it is an aesthetic choice on Delilah's part. She just wants an all-female team.
Yeah, because Dowd shares his power both with his lieutenants and with Billy Lurk, so it's not like you have to like find someone with roughly the same body type as you or whatever. It's just she likes a team of ladies.
That was bad.
Well, this actually is good. We should show off the fact that they have magic powers, because we've avoided doing that.
Alright, fucking bye, guys.
We going in this way?
Yep. Oh.
Maybe not.
We are not.
Where's the damn lever? Here we go. So I think they know we're here.